Alright guys, so this video is going to be about making the Walking Dead motorcycle, shortening it and making a ring and then using this mesh material in here. This is my first one that I built and I'm going to redo it. It's got holes drilled all over it and I'm not happy with the mesh thing, but it's not bad for messing with it for the first time. But I'm going to show you how I took flat steel and actually used this Harbor Freight ring bender and made a 4-inch ring out of it, out of flat steel. These things work pretty good. The two issues you have with them is, one is that you'll see is when you feed through it, it likes to run off. And if you watch other videos, so what I did is I made this guard, and what it does is it just keeps it straight as it's going back and forth. Because if you don't, it's going to go back and it's going to work its way out and you're going to have issues. The second issue is the knurling for traction. It just scars up the metal really bad. And I'm sure I can sand it out, but I think I'm switching on the one I'm going to do on this video. I'm going to switch to just a little thinner of the flat steel and try one and see how it works. So I'm going to set the camera up on a tripod and then start bending. Okay, the metal's all set up in this, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see because it's going to be hard, but as I start to crank this through, this metal is automatically going to start working its way usually out. But I haven't really put no attention on it. But as you do it, you just let this machine do the work and just work it back and forth. I'm going to stop the video here and there and just kind of progress a little bit and then come back and show the curve and stuff like that. But just basically that, and you'll start getting a bend out of this. It seems a little odd in the beginning, but as you can see right now, it's already worked its way against this guard, but that just keeps it straight, and then I don't have to deal with it. The only thing with mounting it is you'll never be able to get the hoop off, so I take the back bolt out. I don't have that bolted in. I'll rotate this thing, and then eventually I'll get the hoop out. So this has been probably about 4 or 5 minutes. I trimmed the piece off because I don't need the big old piece. As it starts bending, it starts becoming an issue because I'm only going to go down to about a 4-inch circle. And this 12 gauge is definitely working better. I think I'm going to end up using this. I'm going to see what it looks like on the bike, but it gives me some practice too right now. So we'll come back when I get closer to the circle. Now I'm down to about 4 1/4 circle. It's almost there. It's probably, like I said, been maybe 10 minutes. This is where I'm new to this, so I keep trimming slowly the extra because it starts as it, sorry for the camera shaking, I start trimming the extra as the circle gets tighter. So I got to be careful now because I'm almost done with it. So that's it right there. And well, I just had it close to 4 inches. It's about 1/8 off. I'm going to go just a hair more because the inside diameter I want. It's probably can use it. I'll try to fit it first. And then I'll cut that extra, kind of split it so it's exact circle. I'll weld it and then sand it. That'll be about it. It definitely works so much better with this 12 gauge than the thicker, I want to say that's 1/8 inch. I got to take a look. Yeah, it's probably about 1/8 inch, that stuff. So this was so much easier. If this looks good, I'm going to go with this because it just makes more sense. The metal barely got scored up. That'll sand right out. I think with the harder stuff, and maybe because I was new, so when I did the first one, I think I kept cranking on it maybe a little too much. And I think if you go a little bit easier, you won't have that problem as much. But I'm going to play with it a little bit. But it's definitely the only way I think that you're going to build these things. And I just picked that device up on OfferUp for 35 bucks. I think at Harbor Freight they're like $80. But it's definitely a nice little piece to have in the garage. Thanks guys. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe because we'll be doing the exhaust on this bike real soon and finishing it up.